Hello everybody and welcome back to the next iteration of Fighting Game Community List Week. So for the last few days of 2024, I am dropping multiple videos going over the best and worst that the FGC had to offer over this year. The 5 videos we're doing are the top 5 best DLC releases, the top 5 worst DLC releases, top 5 new games, top 5 worst games of 2024, and the 5 best and worst fighting game trailers of the year. So today we've got the 5 best and 5 worst trailers that have been released over the past year. I'll be alternating the order that I go in, starting with the 5th worst and ending with the 1st best. So why don't we start unpacking these trailers based off of their editing, sound, excitement, and medium, shall we? But before we start, hey, I'm Zak Not Kyle, or Zak for short, and I love fighting games and I will make them your problem. I talk mainly about fighting games on this channel, but I also discuss other pieces of popular culture that interest me. I'm also a streamer, a DJ, and a party girl, so subscribe here and to my Twitch for more content from me. And with all of that said, let's begin the list. And also time for a cute little disclaimer. Please, once more, do not be morons over pixels in fighting games. It is simply never that serious. We are simply talking about games where people punch each other, and in this case, the trailers of games where people punch each other. Feel free to express your opinions in the comments below, though. I never want to stop you guys from doing that, just play nice. And with that, let's go ahead and get into the 5th worst ranking for this list. Starting us off at the 5th worst, we have Diesel Legacy: The Brazen Age with their gameplay trailer posted in June of 2024. The Diesel Legacy gameplay trailer is pretty bad in my opinion. Its voice acting is so goddamn annoying. On top of this, the gameplay, while showcased, is not well explained at all, especially by the standards of, well, a gameplay trailer. You need to explain what any of this stuff means instead of just saying 3 lanes, 1 battle and not elaborating at all. The multi-lane style of fighting game that Diesel Legacy goes for is not something super common, and I'm not saying that you need to be hyper explicit and write a paragraph here, but an explanation of the game's core mechanics would be nice. Instead, we get a new character reveal, which is cool but completely misplaced. The time taken up by revealing Diesel Mech would have been perfectly used if we could get an explanation of the game modes. Instead of 3 lanes, 1 battle, make it a full sentence. Just say, with 3 lanes and 2 teams of 2, choose a lane and pick your fight, or something along those lines. That explains it better by saying that this is a multiplayer fighting game, it shows it's not a traditional tag fighter, and gives an open-ended statement that invites the player to choose their own fate in your game. It excites the viewer more than the line here. I can say that the gameplay is really good though, the length is solid, and the editing itself is good, but the pacing horrifically tanks this trailer, and the deviation from its purpose shafts what could have been a better gameplay trailer. Moving over to the 5th best, we have Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising with the Versusia gameplay trailer, published in July of 2024. Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising ate up this seemingly normal character showcase with ease, honestly. Not only was this an incredible, visually captivating showcase of Versusia and her abilities, but this trailer also revealed a story update for Granblue, along with not just Versusia, but Vikala as the 6th character, and Sandalphon as the first Season 2 character, and the fact that Season 2 is in the works. Talk about a use of opportunity. Mind you, this trailer did premiere at EVO, so it's pretty understandable to want to reveal so much. Also, the music is just beautiful here and adds to the overall experience. While the editing is quite basic, it gives us so much new content revealed for Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising, which you love to see. Moving on to our 4th worst trailer, we have Mortal Kombat 1 with the Bears vs. Rams animality reveal published in August of 2024. This next entry is mainly here because, like, why was this even a trailer? This had no reason to exist, like, actually why? We spent 40 seconds revealing an animality that could have just been on Twitter, like all of the rest of the animality showcases were. Chaos Reigns' main selling point wasn't even the animalities, that was a free addition. There isn't really much to rip on either, like this can't go higher because it's not even enough to talk about, it's just here. Moving on swiftly to our 4th best entry, we have Fatal Fury City of the Wolves with their official announcement trailer published in March of 2024. The task of being a fighting game that is coming back after 25 years of dormancy certainly isn't an easy cross to bear, to be honest. However, this trailer, despite its short length, did just the trick to get people excited for Fatal Fury. The arcade machine sitting dormant in a room, turning on, zooming in to reveal the SNK logo, and the first look at the gameplay of Fatal Fury, fucking incredible. And this trailer immediately went to town, making you believe in its greatness. This game looks so beautiful and stylistic, it's incredible. The gameplay shown is wonderfully put together, the text overlay is perfect and not too distracting, it's amazing, I love it. Good job, Fatal Fury, I hope you guys do good in 2025. At the 3rd worst spot, we have Mortal Kombat 1's Invasion Season 4 trailer published in February of 2024. This trailer has a few different problems that it encompasses. The biggest issue I can crack into immediately would be the season it's advertising. I'm not sure what NetherRealm was thinking when they wanted to make a skin line for Invasions that looks like absolute trash, but I can say with 100% confidence that no amount of polish would make anybody turn up up for this invasion season. Even the Melina skin couldn't save it. On top of that, this trailer is so poorly edited when it doesn't have a reason to be as poorly edited as it is. This is NetherRealm. They know how to edit trailers properly, which you'll see later. They have an entry in the best trailers for a reason. There are a few key issues to point out. Let's talk about the skins first and how they're shown. Typically with these skins, you want to do the best you can to showcase the best of the best. However, every skin that they show is beyond terrible. The Liu Kang one is revolting, and the gameplay he's shown with isn't even fun to look at or hype. The Kenshi one is the only one that's good at this, and yet it's the ugliest skin. Also, the text layout is questionable. Like, why are the names so far apart? That's so weird. The thing that keeps this trailer from the top of the list is that the Li Mei skin showcase corrected these issues and used its time to show her as a Titan, and was actually a good skin. But overall, boo, tomato, 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 get it off the screen. Moving on to our third best trailer, we have the Street Fighter 6 Year 2 character reveal published in June of 2024. This trailer is honestly so much fun, kept me on my toes till the end. The Year 2 trailer showed us everything that we would be expecting in the next year for Street Fighter 6, and man, this thing was fully animated and gorgeous. We got to see Terry busting down a door, Mai throwing down a fan before doing gymnastics into the light, and Elena looking her best ever. All of this is so thoroughly exciting, and then behind Terry, Mai, Luke, and Jamie, the screen completely cuts. Behind it, an all too familiar smile of M. Bison. Hell yeah. I know that I talked about M. Bison not being the best DLC for Year 2, but what a good reveal for him, honestly. The only issue with this trailer, in my opinion, is the fact that the reveals themselves were a little mixed on reception, but the trailer itself, well done. Moving on to our second worst trailer, we have Corrupt with their Steam launch trailer published in December of 2024. Now, Corrupt is not here on just this list. It will be making an appearance in another List Week video, don't you worry. However, I do feel the need to highlight this game's trailer for how poorly it's edited. This trailer is not edited in a way that makes it entertaining enough to stand on its own. The beginning of the trailer is just a hard cut into showing the characters at launch and sliding transitions of the names of the characters. And this would be fine, but there's nothing else visual going on here. No character portraits, details, voice lines, nothing. It's just gameplay with the same audio over every single clip. The audio balancing is also a pain to listen to because you can't hear anything that the characters are doing aside from bits of screams, and that's it. Also, the character showcase is interrupted by showing the comic story mode, which is cool, but show that later, not in the middle of a roster showcase. Then we're back to the roster, which then gets cut in by showing the training mode in the middle of showing the characters again. This is such bad pacing. Then there's lots of awkward pauses and showing the mission mode too. Like, trim up the footage, the trailer is 3 minutes long. After this, we see the lobbies and the core activation mechanic showcase, which both could have been shortened. Then the long ass logo screen. This whole thing could have been a whole minute and 30 seconds, and yet here we are. I will say though, the thing saving this trailer is that the game itself is shown well, and the gameplay showcased actually is really exciting. The problem is that everything from an editing standpoint is just so poorly done. Now moving on to our second best trailer, we have Street Fighter 6 once more with the Akuma teaser trailer published in March of 2024. Beginning with a dimly lit set of candles, we see the MS Hollow stage. The punches of Akuma echo throughout the stage. A narrator explains Akuma's lore, his extensive fighting history, all while the punches continue to be delivered upon this rock structure. Then, he uppercuts the entire structure into the sky, knocking the head of the statue off of the structure clean. After one final statement, Akuma looks down at the rock he stands on and fires his fist into it. Just as he's told to be arriving in spring of 2024, he looks over his shoulder in his signature pose, being shrouded in the shadows, disappearing like nothing happened. That is how you reveal a legend. Like, the pacing is great, the slow shots and the camera work is brilliant, Akuma is perfectly showcased, shadowed, and posed, and all of it does amazingly at getting you excited for the character that's on his way. I love it, and thank God the character lived up to his name. And now we have moved on to our best and our worst trailers. Taking the number one worst spot for trailers, we have the Blazing Strike launch trailer published in October of 2024. Okay, so I hate to rip on smaller games and their trailers here, but this one is pretty damn terrible. So first off, the first 40 seconds of this 2-minute and 7-second trailer is taken up by character showcases that are poorly put together. Everything is cropped and transitioned so awkwardly, which is so weird considering Blazing Strike's game UI is not that bad. Like, why does this trailer look the way it does? It's so jarring. The pacing is also entirely too long, despite being shorter than Corrupt, which we just talked about. The static images after the trailer aren't cropped properly, which is such an easy fix. Extend your background, they're solid colors. The story mode showcase is cropped and portrayed incredibly weirdly with no explanation of what we're getting into at all. The stock standard fonts and weird cropping are also such an easy fix through just establishing a color and type family that aesthetically fit your game. This stuff that I'm listing takes no more than 30 minutes if you're incredibly specific about it. Plus, for a launch trailer, this thing isn't telling us much about, well, anything. There were like 10 words on the screen after the initial character reveals that were so random. On top of that, the ending screen lingers for too long and has the most awkward editing zoom choices ever to close it out. Like, man, this thing is bad. So now, to end things on a high note, at the #1 best trailer spot, we have Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reigns reveal, published in July of 2024. Now, divas, this is cinema. The Warner Brothers team made this shit look like a movie. It's insanely good. The pacing is incredible from start to finish on this trailer. Because of the fact that this game was getting a new story expansion, it was made all the easier for Mortal Kombat 1 to make a trailer that would be top tier to showcase its brand new characters, being Noob Saibot, Cyrax, and Sector in the story mode. The gameplay that accompanied all of them was amazing as well. The lines in this also go hard as hell. Noob Saibot saying, "He perfected me, Havoc's there will be blood," like, my god, this was good. And then, to finish off everything, we think the trailer is gonna end, and then you hear this.
Do you like scary movies?
And Ghostface walks out. 10 out of 10, no fucking notes, that's cinema. And then, because we're still not done, we hear all of the animal noises, and then all of the animalities are shown. I obviously can't show them, but we all know what they are. Top to bottom, this 4-minute trailer is perfection. Like, this is how you reveal something when you have the budget to do it. Massive props, especially considering the other trailers that were in the worst section. This truly is when Warner Brothers and NRS can cook. And with that, that is where I will finish off today's edition of List Week. Let me know, what other trailers did you find interesting? Did you like my best placements? Did you like my worst placements? Did you not like one of them? Did you not like both of them? Are there any trailers that you really liked that you felt should have been on the top list? Any that you hated that you wanted to see on the bottom? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, once more, I will see you guys again tomorrow for another iteration of List Week. Bye, sus.